Hey, welcome to Daily Strength, and today, let's talk about the crisis in Kokomo. Yes, there really is a Kokomo, and it's in Indiana. Well, Philippians 1:20 tells us, I eagerly expect and hope that in no way I shall be ashamed, so that now, as always, Christ will be exalted in my body. The little airfield, affectionately referred to as Kokomo International, is hardly the bustling hub of a major metropolis, but it was my best option for getting to Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I was slated to speak at a conference later that morning. Now, one thing you need to know about this airport, and it's this: it's the ticket taker, the baggage handler, and the air traffic controller all happen to be the same guy. So when I arrived at the airport, I heartily greeted him, handed him my ticket and luggage, ready to hop on the little commuter plane, only to be greeted by this unsettling news. He said, by the way, the clouds are pretty low today, and I'm not sure we're going to be able to get the plane in here to pick you up this morning. Oh, wow. I could feel my stomach tighten. I quickly explained with a measure of anxious urgency, hey, look, I really need to get on that flight. I'm scheduled to speak to about 1,000 people in Grand Rapids later this morning, so you've just got to get that plane down here. In the next few minutes, I heard the plane approaching above the clouds, while the ticket taker now became the air traffic controller. And I heard the pilot say over the squawk box, the ceiling is really low. I'm not sure we're going to be able to land today. My voice got more desperate as I urged the ticket taker, baggage handler, air traffic controller, tell him he has to land. I need to go to Grand Rapids. Well, the engines faded, then grew louder again as the pilot tried one more pass. Then he came on the radio again, and he said, sorry, we're on our way to South Bend. Well, now the stress meter was registering in the danger zone in my heart, and with desperation and an edge in my now raised voice, I asked, what am I supposed to do now? How am I supposed to get to Grand Rapids? He looked at me and said, you're a minister, aren't you? I'd forgotten that my name on the ticket read Reverend Joseph M. Stowell. Sheepishly, I said, yes, to which he calmly replied, then God will take care of you. Ouch, that really hurt. In that moment, I remembered that a friend in our church, a private pilot, had offered me a free flight whenever I needed it, while a quick phone call had him on his way to the airport, where I would meet him at the hangar and be on my way to Grand Rapids. Hey, God had provided, even in the midst of my lack of faith. But to my shame, I had missed an opportunity to magnify Christ, as Paul expressed in his letter to the Philippians. Paul's expectation was for Jesus to be exalted in the way he lived, no matter what, no matter where. My expectation was far different. My expectation was to get to Grand Rapids, not to glorify Jesus. I have to tell you that I've wished 1,000 times that I could go back and do it over again. I wish that I had said to the ticket taker, baggage handler, air traffic controller, I hope you can get the plane down. But in reality, my life is in the Lord's hands, and he's never failed me yet. What a neat ending it would have been to have affirmed my testimony by telling him about how God had provided as I raced out of the terminal to meet my private pilot. So today, find ways to magnify Christ regardless of what circumstances you find yourself in. That's an expectation that you can control.